Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another exciting episode, The Future of Work. Today we have a returning guest, someone who's got enough energy to power a small city, a leadership guru and transformation expert, the one and only Kimberly Waffling. Ma'am Kimberly and I have already done a podcast before, which, by the way, was so much fun that we had to do it again. But this time, we have an extra special topic, Rehan School. She's done virtual podcasts with Rehan School students, met Rehan and Lawala in person in Silicon Valley, and today we are going to dig into what she really thinks about this AI-powered future driving model. Kimberly, welcome back. How are you doing today?
I am having a wonderful adventure. I have been working in Tokyo for the past 2 weeks, and I am still in Japan. And this is wonderful to be closer to you this time.
All right. So, first, tell me the experience you're in Japan. Like you are in Japan, and you told me that you are enjoying. So, what is the most thing you are enjoying here?
So many things I love about being in Japan. My favorite is people are so very kind, very courteous. It's called omotenashi, the welcoming spirit of Japanese people. Now, sometimes my friends tell me, yeah, we're just pretending. But I don't care. I love the kindness and courtesy. It's called being a civilized human being. And I am so enjoying being treated so graciously here in Japan by Japanese people.
All right. What about their language?
Oh, okay. So Japanese, a lot of them spend at least 10 years studying English in school when they're children. But it's so much is spent studying and learning, but not speaking and listening. And sometimes they're really afraid to make mistakes or to fail, so they hesitate to speak English. And I have been told so many times by Japanese people, I don't speak English, but they say it in English. So I learned to say in Japanese, 日本語が少し話せます。でもまだ全然わかりません. Which means I speak a little Japanese, but I don't understand anything at all. So they think it's very funny. And so then I speak bad Japanese a little bit, and then they feel more comfortable to speak bad English. We don't need perfect English, just good enough.
Yeah, you are right. Also, you know that my also English is not good at all. But I try to speak, and that's enough.
Well, I actually speak American. So if I speak my normal English, here's what it sounds like. We talk too fast, nobody can ever understand what I say because I just go too fast. So it's too fast, right? So I have to also adjust to speak global English, which is simple words, short sentence, clear, and pause and slowly, and also more gestures, more facial expression, more tone of voice. So it's easier for people
To
to understand.
understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, all
yeah.
right.
We all have to change.
Yeah, right. You're right. So now let's move on to the questions that we want, like we are doing an interview. So you've done several podcasts with Rahan School students. What your overall impression of them?
It has been a wide a wide variety of experiences. I have done a lot of professional podcasts with professional podcasters. I mean, the Rehan School students are so well prepared. They are amazing in how they have looked at my bio, used AI to create questions that are incredibly stimulating and interesting and appropriate. And then there's a few who were not so effective in their approach. About 6 months ago, I reached out to Rihan uh, and I asked him, "Hey, what's going on with your students?" Because about half of them was just wouldn't show up. They would schedule and never show up. And so I was wondering what's going on. So I have to think there's some amazing students who are just incredible. And then there are some who don't really know how to schedule and keep calendar commitments. But they're 10 years old, 12 years old, some of them. I couldn't do that when I was 10 years old. So I'm impressed even in spite of some of the challenges. And I didn't have children, so I don't know what to expect from children of 10 years old.
All right, thank you so much for sharing your experience. So, what was the most amazing, inspire? What was the most amazing, inspiring thing you noticed about the students?
Oh my gosh. For one thing, the level of English, it's quite good. In fact, it's sometimes better than the global professionals that I work with in the business world. So I was incredibly impressed that they were speaking at that level of English. Maybe also the creativity, right? One of the people who interviewed me, halfway through the interview, she said, "Why don't we tell each other some jokes?" It was fantastic. And she had some great fun jokes that we shared. So lots of creativity and innovation with some amazingly smart, great English speakers.
All right, thank you so much for your answer. So, from your experience, what unique qualities do Rehan School students possess that make them competitive on a global scale?
So I work with people all over the world and people from US, North America, South America, Europe, Asia, even I've worked with people in Africa and Australia and Japan. And I would say that the thing that makes the Rihan School students so impressive is their adoption of technology. They can use technology much better than many adults that I know. Some of the adults I have been working with never even touched AI. Some may struggle even to use StreamYard, right? And I know some of them had a bit of trouble adapting during COVID to use some of the virtual tools. So I'm so impressed with the technology adoption of these young people.
Okay, all right. So you are an expert in transformational leadership. In your opinion, what are the key similarities between a great leader and a great student?
I will pick one extraordinary characteristic that I feel is the most important for overall success in professional world and as a student. And that one thing is discipline. The discipline to do what is required even when you don't feel like it. Sometimes you feel like doing your homework. Sometimes you don't feel like doing your homework, but you do it. In the professional world, sometimes you feel like doing the work that you need to do. Sometimes you don't feel like it, but you do it. The best professionals and the best students do what is required even when they don't feel like it. That consistency, that discipline to do what's required.
So discipline is the main thing,
Self
right?
discipline, not
Self.
discipline from outside sources, from yourself inside to guide you to make sure you fulfill your commitments, to keep your promises. Self discipline, not discipline from some teacher or parent or boss or manager.
All right. So discipline means to me that we are doing something and we don't want to do it. Like we are thinking, oh, this is too hard, but we have
Yeah.
to do it. So like this is, I think, discipline is for me is like this.
Yeah, that's right. You just do what you need to do. Nah. You
Yep.
find a way. Find a way.
How to get things done, right?
Yes. And sometimes I have had to do things I didn't feel like doing in my job, or I was tired, or when I was a student, oh, so much homework. Oh, but just do it because you will become this person who can make sure you always show up ready to keep your commitments, keep your promises, and do what's required, whether you feel like it or not. If otherwise you're just kind of unreliable, maybe even lazy person.
Yeah, thank you so much for your answer. So, do you believe AI and technology-based education models like Rehan School should be adopted worldwide?
Absolutely. It is now possible to get a Harvard University quality education completely online. It is possible to use AI for all kinds of learning and to condense our learning experience. It's possible to have AI tutors to help with language, improving your pronunciation. Absolutely. It is much easier, faster, more affordable, and I'm a physicist. I love technology. Why would we not use the tools that are available to us? I mean, if you had to travel 1,000 kilometers, would you rather ride a horse or fly in an airplane? Let's use the technology that's designed to help us achieve our goals more easily, more quickly, and more affordably. A lot of the world cannot afford to do schooling the old fashioned way, and it opens up education to everybody who can have even a cell phone.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for your answer. You are doing amazing. Like you are working with technology. That's so amazing. Thank you so much for your answer.
I love technology. I'm a nerd. I love science.
Okay, I'm thinking about your twice. Like when we start, I saw your many podcasts, and when you do with me, so you have to like twice, like you do something with that with them. So where's your twice? In Silicon Valley?
Oh, yeah. Silicon Valley is my home for many years, and I love Silicon Valley. I feel at home there. There's so many people like me and very global. In the San Francisco Bay Area, which is where Silicon Valley is in California, over half of the people who live there don't speak English at home. So it's a very global place. And over 60% have a college education. So it's a very well educated population as well. And I think about 10 or 20% have a master's degree or above. And so many people love technology, they're startups, they're entrepreneurs. I just feel like it's the place I was meant to be. My people.
I was talking about you twice.
The what?
I don't know. Your twice, like you have some like I don't know, hand toy or something like.
I don't understand that word twy. Hand
Let
twy.
me let me show you.
Yeah, please help me. Thank you. Sorry.
No problem.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for that
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, sometimes I
What?
can't understand some word or different pronunciation. I appreciate your patience.
Thank you. I know where the.
Ah. Ooh, you have the
Oh
earth
wait,
behind
see.
you.
Can you see my mobile?
No, because you're using a virtual background, you have to hold it really still, and then maybe I will be able to see it. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. All right, you have a picture of me in my office on another podcast. Oh yeah,
Like that emoji I was talking about. That emoji.
oh,
Yeah.
emojis. I have these cardboard emojis. Yeah, at home in my office. I got them during COVID because I wanted to be able to express myself with more than words. So I use the chicken, I use the emojis and other things like that, but I don't travel with them. So I don't have those beautiful little emojis with me on this trip. Sorry.
All right, so now let's move on to the next question. If you had the opportunity, that what would you do add to Rihanna School's curriculum?
Oh, I think I would add 3D virtual reality tour of planet Earth, where the students could put on these 3D vision glasses and could travel anywhere in the world to see different countries and different ways of living so that they could explore more of planet Earth before they were able to actually physically visit those places. Do you have such a thing?
We don't have it right now in our school, but we have. I just experienced in the event. I was just like going in. I go in the event, so I just experienced that.
Because it would be really great if you could have students from all over the world in the same virtual reality interacting with each other, getting to know each other. Because I strongly believe when we build relationships across borders and boundaries and we connect as human beings together, especially as children, then we become global citizens of the world and we grow up to be the kinds of people that want peace and harmony and good relationships with all people, not to create some enemy or be angry. Yeah, I wish we could all visit each other, even virtually, because lots of my friends have done like homestay programs in different parts of the world during their high school years, for example. And after that, then they know people in different countries. It changes their brain. Now there is no foreigner. There are just people living in different countries that they have visited.
All
Just
right,
one
that's amazing. You are talking more?
It's just one idea. I mean, we should brainstorm 100 ideas and then you can
Yeah.
choose whichever 3 or 4 you would like to put into practice. I think the students should choose which ones they would like to explore.
Yeah, you are right. Thank you so much for your answer. Now let's move on to the next question. What is the most essential skill a student needs to develop to become a successful leader?
I think they need to own their power and their strengths and overcome learned helplessness. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but a lot of people they feel they are sometimes victims of the outside world because there's so many things we cannot control. And so we can say, oh, it's not my fault. That's why I carry the chicken. Oh, what happened? The chicken fell because of gravity. Yeah, gravity is outside of my control. And I could hold on to the chicken. So learn to look for what you can do to contribute to a situation, what you're doing to create problems in the situation, and how your impact can be adjusted in a positive way. So that's called learned helplessness and overcoming learned helplessness and owning your power, not giving your power away and saying, oh, it's not my fault. I'm a helpless victim.
Sorry, my mic was mute. Thank you so much for your answer. So, what do you think is the biggest issue in today's education system that urgently needs to be addressed?
Oh, well, a long time ago, I was actually teaching in a university, just part time. I was teaching algebra. And it was this amazing university called University of Phoenix, and they don't allow lecture because lecture does not help people change. You can get smarter, but it won't change your results. So I think that education needs to stop teaching and start facilitating. And my understanding is Rihan School is all about facilitated learning journeys, like a leadership learning lab when I do my workshops. Learning lab, not classroom, not lecture, not telling people. Yeah, that would be the biggest breakthrough because it's been proven if you just lecture to somebody, they forget half of it immediately. They forget 80% in 2 months, and it doesn't really change their behavior. Can you imagine telling a fat person, eat less, exercise more? Of course, they know that. That doesn't change their behavior. That doesn't help them lose weight. You have to take them to the gym and get them working out and lifting weights or running down the street.
Yeah, thank you so much for your answer. In my school, like you said, we are facilitating. Yeah, we are facilitating, and we call uh, them facilitators. Like we have teachers, but we call them facilitators because they facilitate us.
I think that's very wise. I know for a fact lecture and teaching does not work as well as facilitating a learning journey, co creating the learning experience with the participants.
All right, thank you so much for your answer. Now let's talk about you. We met Rehanan Lavala in person. He's known like for crazy idea that actually worked. What was your first thought when you met him?
Wow, well, I met him at my house because I invited him and about 15 other supporters of Rihan School to my house for a celebration, reception, dinner. And when I met him and I heard him talking about his dream, his vision for the future of our world and the Rihan School and the students, I thought, I have finally found my people. Because many years ago, someone asked me, what is your purpose on planet Earth? Why are you here? And I said, I want to transform planet Earth for the better, for the good of all concerned. And then I thought, that's crazy. What can I do? I'm one person. But when I met Rihan, I said, wow, maybe there are other people, and together we can do this. I am not alone. It's a team sport. And as a team, we can transform this planet in powerfully positive ways. So I was so encouraged and enthusiastic and felt happy.
All right, great. Thank you so much for your answer. So let's make our podcast special. Let's do our rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire. Okay.
Yeah. So should I start asking you questions?
Sure.
Okay. What's the first thing you do after waking up?
If I'm having a good day, I close my eyes and I get myself centered and grounded and connected to the cosmic energy and set my intention to be fully present for this amazing day and appreciate the life that I have. I don't always do that. Sometimes I'm in a hurry. So, what about you? What do you do when you first awake in the morning?
When I first awake, so I just pray. Like in my religion, when we wake up, so we pray. So when I wake up, I just pray something. Then I start eating, and first I grateful to God that I'm wake up with my hand, my legs, and with everything. So I just grateful for God. Then I start doing something.
Oh, beautiful. What are your hopes and dreams for the future of your life?
I want to be a Nobel laureate and Guinness Book World Record holder, and like I'm on a mission to help every graduate in Pakistan earn minimum $500 per month through remote jobs. So I'm working on it. I want to achieve it.
Ooh, that's so special. Amazing.
Okay, so now should I ask next rapid
Sure.
fire question?
Sure.
Okay, tea or coffee?
What?
Tea or coffee?
Tea or coffee? Oh my gosh. In the past, I would have always said tea.
Hmm.
Recently, I have changed more to coffee because I learned of the health benefits of also drinking coffee. I just like to avoid caffeine because it makes me a little hyperactive and I already have so much energy.
Yeah,
How
you
about
have.
you?
How about me? Tea. I like. I love tea.
Oh, there's so many wonderful kinds of tea, aren't there? Today I had Japanese green tea, roasted green tea.
All right,
How
great.
about you? What do you prefer, chocolate or ice cream?
Nothing because I don't like chocolates. I don't like ice creams.
You don't like
So
sweets. Okay.
yeah, I don't like. Maybe I think if I have opportunity to take one thing, so I think I choose ice cream. I don't like sweet, so
No,
that's why
okay.
I think I will choose ice cream.
You could take
But I
green tea flavored ice cream.
green tea flavor. No, I like. We have in Pakistan Shahi Kulfa. We have strawberry ice cream. So I choose
Okay.
them. When my family asks me to buy a ice cream, so I choose strawberry ice cream, Shahi
Okay.
Kulfa, something like that. In chocolates,
Beautiful.
I don't like chocolates much, but when I like eat them, so I choose dairy milk.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. So now let's move on to the next question. What
Okay.
word that described you the best?
High energy and exciting. How
All
about
right.
you? What
So
are the words that
how
describe
about
you the
me?
best?
I think disciplined girl, focused girl.
Beautiful. You're going to be a Nobel laureate. Of course, you must be.
Yeah, I will. So if you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be?
Albert Einstein. He was a physicist, one of the most famous, and I'm a physics lover. I have a master's in physics, and I would love to be able to learn from the most amazing physicist I have ever learned about in the world, Albert Einstein. Ah,
You are thinking about the dinner?
I'm thinking about him right now. Albert, why did you leave? I wanted to meet you. Do you have a favorite historical figure?
No, I don't have.
Uh, well, get one. Think of who you admire, someone who inspires you.
In present or historical figure?
Either one.
Present, my mentor Rihanna Lawala.
Ah. I also would love to meet Nelson Mandela and have dinner with him to find out about his amazing journey leading South Africa and being imprisoned for so many years and how he maintained his hope and spirit of possibility in spite of all he suffered.
All right, good. So, what I asked, a book that changed your life.
Oh, yes. One of the books that changed my life is called it's oh god, it's called Why Woo Woo Works. It's about how using the power of our brains can influence our bodies, can influence reality, and it's based on science. And some people say it's ooh woo woo or weird or it's not real, but it actually works and there's scientific basis behind a lot of things. For example, if you use your mind to focus on your body's healing. One of the studies they did was women who had breast cancer, some of them meditated for a half an hour and some of after their treatment and some of them imagined biting fish, piranhas, eating the cancer cells. The ones that imagined the cancer cells being eaten by these biting fish had higher cure rates. So our brain, our mind influences our body and our reality. So that's why I'm very careful to make sure that my brain is creating possibilities and appreciation and positive things, not focusing on few little negative pieces of things. Even if there's negative, I say, what does this make possible?
You are amazing. Thank you so much for your answer. Let me tell you about my favorite book. My favorite book
Sure.
is I don't like reading books, so my favorite book is Rehan School Workbook that changed my life.
Oh, yeah. It's really hard to read a full book these days. Most of the time, I just type into AI, please summarize the key points of this book, or I listen to a audio summary of the book. But the Why Woo Woo Works book is one that I read completely in the last 2 years, and I rarely read a full book anymore. I also read a book called How to Change Your Mind about the power of our mind to influence reality. And that was very eye opening as well.
For me, eye-opening things like doing a podcast, listening podcasts, and making videos, learning how to make videos, learn that what's the thing is. Tell me about this. Tell me about this. Like I like with like talking with ChatGPT, learning with ChatGPT, read answers with ChatGPT.
Yeah, there's also another book about the prisoner's dilemma, about evolution of cooperation. I think it's actually called The Evolution of Cooperation. And it talks about how different strategies for interacting with other beings, other people on this planet, can result in much better outcomes for the overall community. And there's a really cute simulation online that might be possible for, I don't know, for maybe to see such a thing.
All right, thank you so much for your rapid fire questions answer. I really enjoyed that. So let's conclude our podcast. So before we
Okay.
wrap, what's your one golden piece of advice for Rehan School students who want to become well-changing leaders?
One piece of advice.
Golden piece of advice.
Get a mentor. If you have a mentor who has been there, who has many more years of experience, who can guide you, encourage you, and coach and support you, you have a much better chance of making a positive difference in this world. If you try to go on this journey alone, it's quite difficult. In Africa, there's a saying that if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together, go as a team. So I think it's about mentoring, it's about teamwork, it's about supporting each other and going together to a new future, not only trying to do everything yourself.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Ma'am Kimberly, for your answer. I really enjoyed that. So, like, we talk about school impact, the future education, leadership, and even how AI might be studying, like, grading teachers. So, we will talk about school impact, the future of education. So, thank you so much once again for your answers. And until next time, keep learning, leading, dream big. See you all in the next one. And thank you so much, Ma'am Kamali, for your answer.
My pleasure. And I also put something in the private chat about this
Yeah.
amazing simulation. I think you will enjoy playing. It's kind of like a game, but you can simulate human interactions online. So hopefully you will try that and let me
Should
know
I
what
should
you
I
stream.
show it on
Yeah,
screen?
sure, why not?
Okay, you, guys, you
Yeah,
can also play this game.
yeah.
This is game right now.
Yes, it's free and it's wonderful. And there's like about 30 minutes of simulation of how humans interact in different strategies. And the winning
Mhm.
strategy is cooperation with some boundaries.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing
My
this.
pleasure.
I will save it in my WhatsApp. So thank you so much again for your time. I really enjoyed. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.